All right. Well, welcome to the month of April. I'm super excited about this month and this month's theme in particular. So this month we're going with Air Fryer April, a little bit different than our other themes that we've had, but we got to keep that alliteration there. And the general theme of this month is going to be that, good nutrition doesn't necessarily have to be difficult. It's just about finding the right approach that works for you. And for some, that might be buying an air fryer and seeing everything that it has to offer. So with all the hype around air fryers as of late, we thought it'd be a good opportunity to not only share with you all like our favorite air fryer recipes, but we have a super exciting new piece of content for you guys, our new air fryer ebook. Um,
Air fryer. Definitely don't put
air,
that in the
air
fryer.
fryer air fryer ebook. So this air fryer guide and recipe book was put together by one of our community members, Laura, also known as at Laura's Healthy Hacks on Instagram. She's also been very helpful putting together a lot of different recipes for the MTMM page. So I guarantee that these recipes will not disappoint. And there's a lot of information in the ebook too, in terms of different temperatures and cooking times for different starches, vegetables, and meats. So we'll put the link below so that you can check that out. It's $5.99 on the website. Yeah, excited to get to sharing all of those. Laura and I will sit down later this month to talk a little bit more about the ebook in detail and her approach to meal prep and everything like that as well. Yeah, just wanted to chat briefly about how, the meal prepping, meal planning process can be a bit daunting for some people, often seen as very time consuming, difficult, and yeah, generally really, really overwhelming. So we're here to share with you some ways that will hopefully make it easier, more enjoyable, and of course, keeping everything tasting very delicious. So
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one too, right? Like I think so much, I guess it's changing, but so much is people's association with diet that it has to be boring, bland, uninteresting, repetitive. And the answer is like only if you want it to be, you know? And I think that a lot of what we do in terms of instilling knowledge surrounding foods, you kind of give people back that control of saying, well, it's not inherently good or inherently bad. It's more about the bigger picture and how everything fits together. And now if you like your potatoes with a nice crispy crunch to them when you eat them, like you can do that. It's okay, you know? And so I think the air fryer is very interesting. And stay tuned for a bit more about Laura as over the coming months as well. And if you're looking for some culinary skills, jump on YouTube because Laura's been the one that's been doing those kind of like kitchen hack videos on how to prep different stuff. So she's obviously very capable in the kitchen, which I like because it gives me something to follow as well. But the air fryer, like I was saying, is an interesting one because it's come from obscurity to almost be like a staple. And there's been a huge amount of hype surrounding air fryers, particularly within the MTMM community. We kind of have this trend that we see where like someone will post a recipe using an obscure piece of kitchen hardware, and then the next thing we know, like everyone's like, oh, I need all like recipes for like this new piece. It was was it one pot? What was it called? The one pot?
Instant Pot.
Instapot, the Instapot. Yeah, the Instapot was crazy big for a while. And there was so much like, it was really cool to see just everyone getting around it. And now the air fryer seems to have replaced it as like the go-to culinary hardware in the kitchen. So yeah, I'm excited to get some new recipes and stuff like that. If I'm honest, I've just been kind of using it as like a reheat device. So like if I'm putting together food and I want something that's kind of heated up and cooked through and a little bit crispy, I'll just kind of throw it all together in the air fryer and stick it on. But I think similar to the Instapot too, once you kind of get a handle on how it works, you can actually use it to cook full recipes, not just like as a microwave. Right.
Yeah, that's smart. I actually don't have a microwave, and I never thought of using the air fryer to reheat. But I never hopped on the Instapot train because I'm not a batch cooker necessarily, and I don't make like large portions of things, and that's why I love the air fryer, because batch cooking, the main benefit is that it saves time later in the week. But I just there's something about it that just doesn't fit with my lifestyle. So I like to kind of make food on the go, but I still like to make it really quick and easy and not at all time consuming or mind consuming. So that's why I've loved the air fryer, because you can just be at home and like, I need to eat in 10 minutes because I'm starving. All right, let me just toss this in here and I have a full blown meal with
Yeah.
veggies and protein, and then you can toss on your fats.
Yeah. It saves you as well heating up like a massive oven to kind of cook like one or two things. And I think we'll talk a little bit about the different approaches to meal prep that we all take. And I think the cool thing is that we all seem to do things a little bit differently, and kind of just shows the versatility that you can make things work with your lifestyle, regardless of what the parameters are.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, especially if you are only cooking for one, you're not generally cooking big batches of food. So it is easy to have something like the air fryer where you can throw it on and it kind of will cook, your serve of protein in that kind of 10, 15 minutes while you're doing the other bits and pieces, right? You just kind of set it and forget it sort of approach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which can be super helpful. I mean, on the other side of the coin too, like when I only really want to cook once or twice for the week. I'll do bits and pieces like my eggs fresh every morning, but most of the main sort of stuff, if it's not at the moment, if it's not sourced from Nourished, it's kind of just getting all cooked on a Sunday night and going through there. So I know Kat loves the air fryer. For me, if I'm cooking 3 or 4 days again, it gets to a point where for our one anyway, we probably opted for one that was a little bit too small, and it's hard to fit more than kind of like a single serve in it. So if you're going to cook 5 or 6, maybe you are in that instance better off just turning on the oven, but you definitely don't get the same crunch as you get with the air fryer. So if you can be patient with it, it is definitely worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to talk about all our different like meal prepping methods, because I think there's a lot about it, like that's how it fits into your lifestyle, but also what sacrifices are you willing to make, right? Are you gonna, sacrifice some more time, some more variety, some more taste, whatever it may be. And that'll kind of help direct what method's going to work best for you and be sustainable long term as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is. You understand, if you think of a Venn diagram, right? Like meal prep is really trying to find that happy crossover point between like creativity, time, and sort of value. Right now, we've obviously running a business. We're working pretty crazy hours over different time zones. We've got a 7-month-old, and we're both still trying to train 4 to 5 times a week as well. So I am personally willing to eat the same thing every day for 5 days, because it means I can just do one big cook and I kind of get all that extra time back during the week. I don't have to think about it. It's just in the fridge. All I need to do is eat and like reheat and eat. Right. So in this instance, I am willing to say I am happy to eat the exact same thing kind of every day for the next couple of days. And then I'll probably switch things up every sort of other week or so. Or I won't. Like I do, even I'm eating something the same every day because I'm enjoying it. If it didn't taste very good, then I wouldn't be able to eat it every day. Right. And so you kind of have that little bit of a trade-off there. I think definitely with things like COVID and more people working from home, the ability to cook a little bit more regularly and finding like, because cooking really doesn't take that long, right? Like if you're cooking bacon and eggs for breakfast, what are you really talking about? 5 minutes of cook time and like 30 seconds of prep time, like the amount of time it takes you to crack an egg into a fry pan. So I think generally speaking with meal prep, even if you haven't done it before, it's one of those things that seems to be a much more daunting task than it actually is. Okay. Now, I guess as we're saying, depending on your method, what works best for you, the time up front is often quite a big initial investment. So if you think about having your Sunday, going to do a grocery shop, coming home, cooking, what effectively is 25 or 30 meals, right? Yeah, you're looking at giving up most of your Sunday in that case, but you're getting all that time back during the week where, you don't have to think about cooking. You don't have to clean the kitchen every day. You don't have to do the dishes every day. And whatever kind of comes up for the week, whether you get called back to work last minute or a meeting comes up or whatever it is, everything's already done. So it's not like a big drama that you're going to get caught out, had plans to cook dinner. Now I'm still at work. It's 8:30. I'm probably going to make a pretty suboptimal nutritional choice in that instance if I'm not prepared, right? Mm-hmm. So essentially the beauty of meal prep is really just to account for that. No matter what happens in the rest of the week, if shit hits the fan, at least my food is kind of taken care of.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into this, and I'm excited to try some of these recipes. One that'll be going up on the socials and is already on the on the website as of now are these air fryer taquitos, top of my list. So really excited to try those. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoys everything that we have to share this month. And yeah, go and download the ebook, try some of our recipes, get your air fryer. If you need any recommendations, let me know.
This is also a really good veggie hack too. If you don't really enjoy vegetables, or if you have kids that don't really enjoy vegetables, air fryer.
Game changer. Total game changer. Yeah, broccoli has never tasted so good before.
Brussels sprouts as well, garlic, a little bit of olive oil, pretty hard to beat. Yeah, it's cool, and it's kind of that, just because you don't dip them into a vat of like canola oil doesn't mean that you can't enjoy like a bit of kind of crispy, crunchy sort of veggies, meats, etc., etc. I know, like crumbing our own kind of chicken schnitzels and tenders and stuff like that is, again, once you do it a few times, becomes super easy. And the air fryer, like when you're eating it, you're like, this is the best schnitzel I've ever eaten. Makes it all worth it. It's nice to enjoy your food. You should enjoy your food. And if you like crunch and you like a bit of that kind of like fried texture, like that's okay. We can account for that. We can make it work. And having the recipe book actually shows the versatility of that, right? And if it's encouraging people to do a little bit more of their own cooking and a little bit of their own, grocery shopping and preparation for that, that's ultimately a good thing, right? And so you don't have to just be steaming everything in order to be progressing forward towards your goal, right? You can enjoy your food too. We give you permission.
You can enjoy your food and also feel good after it.
Yeah.
Eating it. I think that's a big thing. Is like if you eat a big fried meal at a restaurant or something, you're not going to feel that great after. But if you're making something in the air fryer, it tastes just as good and you feel a million times better after.
I would say arguably tastes better, right? But yeah, it definitely, like, I think if we look big picture as well, right? Like if anything that's going to have you, we want you looking forward to your food. We want you to enjoy your food. The more you enjoy the food you're cooking, the more likely you are to eat it. And the more you're eating the food that you're cooking and preparing, the more we know it's compliant with the profile that we have you on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, follow on effect, right? So yeah, kitchen hacks, like tools, hardware, software in the kitchen. It's not cheating. You don't have to stand over a saucepan to cook your rice. Get a rice cooker. You don't have to have a full ultimate deep fryer. Get an air fryer. Like there's things like that. We're not setting up a campfire with like bits of bread on sticks to toast them. We're happy to use a toaster. So you may as well take advantage of technology, right? If it's going to make your life easier and keep you more compliant, ultimately it's a good thing.
Yeah. Right? More sustainable and maintainable long-term too.
Yeah.
Well, the next thing comes along.
New skills. Get out there. Be brave. Try an air fryer.
A lot of new ovens now are coming with an air fryer setting as well. It's interesting.
Fancy.
All right. Well, thanks for the chat, Ben, and looking forward to digging into this for the month of April.
No worries. I look forward to listening to you and Laura sit down and kind of take us through some of those recipes. Be good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
If you do try any of them, or you do purchase the book and you do try some of the recipes, please send us some photos of those creations.
Tag us on the socials. I'd love to see them.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll catch you in the next one. And yeah, talk to you later this month.
Thanks, Mags.
Thank you.